Hi friends, Robin here from Cheese from Scratch, and you can see behind me here, Cammy, my little heifer calf, is having a drink off her mom after being separated all night. Annabelle is just finishing her grain. I finished milking out half of her. So if you are new here on the channel, I calf share with my milk cows. And so today I thought it would be a good idea to do a video talking about probably the most common question I get from calf sharing, which is, why do the mama cows hold back the milk for their calves, and specifically, I should say, the cream? Why are they able to hold back that cream and that milk for their baby calves? And so if you have ever calf shared before, you have probably noticed that the milk that you get from cows that are calf sharing has a very small cream line. And so that can be kind of frustrating when you are, wanting to make all the things like butter and like a rich sour cream and I would say cheese, but I make cheese with my milk from my calf shared cows and it works out fine. So anyway, today's video is going to be all about why cows are able to hold back that milk for their calves. I'm going to give you guys a few little tips and tricks to help you make it a little bit better. But at the end of the day, it's really a decision about if calf sharing is the way that you want to go, or if you want to go with not calf sharing and maybe feeding the calf a bottle and just kind of bypassing this whole situation, because it can be frustrating. If you want to get all that cream and they're holding it all back for the calf, that can be frustrating. I like it because I like the benefits of calf sharing. I love that I am raising this nice big heifer that is one day going to be my milk cow, and I'm not having to worry if I'm feeding her enough, or I'm not having to have that extra chore of actually feeding her because her mom is doing it. So if you have not watched my video on calf sharing, I will link it down below so you can check it out and kind of see how we set it up, because there is some things that we do to make it effective and to work really well for our family. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is why cows hold back milk for their calves. So they are naturally able to hold milk back up in their udder. So when you're milking, you're, getting a good getting a good stream, and all of a sudden, you're just getting little spits, and now you're kind of done milking. But you can feel that there's still milk up there in the udder. And so cows that are calf sharing do this a lot. Sometimes it doesn't even feel like there's much milk in there, but then when you go and put them back out with their calf, all of a sudden they have this letdown. They have this second letdown that is them letting all that creamy milk out to their calves. So this milk is what is called the hind milk. So if you have ever breastfed a human, or if you have somebody that has breastfed, you know that the hind milk is the richest, creamiest milk that any mammal is able to hold back for their baby. So if you are breastfeeding an infant, you want to have them finish that side. You want them to actually get all of that hind milk. They're not just going to be drinking all the foremilk and then you're sticking them on the other side and then they're drinking all the foremilk. That's not how they're going to get the creamiest, best quality milk. So that is the exact same with cows that are calf sharing. And what they are able to do is hold that hind milk back, and all you are getting is the foremilk, which has a little bit of cream, but it's not as rich and creamy as that hind milk. So that is how they are able to do it. It probably has to do a lot with hormones like oxytocin, things like that. But anyways, most cows are really apt at holding back milk for their calves. Now there are some exceptions. So Annabelle is super good at holding milk back for her calf Cammy, and that's actually because she has a bit of a different udder. So her udder is more beefy. Cammy is drinking it out, but I will show you what it looks like when Cammy is finished drinking. It's still quite full. Sorry, Annabelle, my hands are cold. It's still quite full up here. So I will show you that when Cammy is all done draining her out. But I milked out the back quarters of Annabelle. I got as much milk out as I could, and then I put Cammy in, because that's how we set up calf sharing. In the morning, we reunite the calf and the cow. They stay together all day, and then at night we lock up the calf. But anyways, I milked out those back quarters, but you can see that there is still quite a bit of fullness in the udder. Some of that is milk for sure, but also a lot of it is just that her udder is a little bit beefier, it's a little bit fattier, and that makes her really apt at holding back milk for her calf. On the other hand, I'm gonna take you out to Brie, who I milked this morning. All right, so out here in this muddy pen here, Brie, who I milked this morning, I milked her front quarters because that's what I do with her. I like her front teats better than I like her back teats. But anyways, so her calf reunited this morning and is almost finished drinking her all out here. And so you can see that her, sorry, don't kick me. So you can see that her udder is quite folded up. It's kind of folded up like a purse. So Brie is actually way better at letting out that hind milk from me when I milk her. I get way creamier milk from her, and that's because of her udder composition. She's just less beefy. She's better at, you know, not having so much fat in there in her udder, so much of a full udder basically, and so when she is empty, she actually looks empty. I think there's still a little bit left in there, but not much at all. So yeah, she is better at not holding back milk. So it definitely has to do with udder composition and everything like that. So I do like Brie's udder a lot better than I like Annabelle's, but I like Annabelle's teats a lot better. Annabelle has better hand milking teats. Brie has better cream giving udder. All right, everything is so messy and mucky around here right now. We just had this big melt yesterday, but you can see that Annabelle's udder, sorry Annabelle. So you can see that Annabelle's udder is quite a bit, you can see that Annabelle's udder is quite a bit more beefy. She's almost empty there, and it looks way different than how Brie's udder looks. So she just has that different shaped udder. She has that more fat held in there, and is just better at holding back that cream for her calf. In return, she grows me a nice big calf. Brie also grows a nice big calf, so that is the trade-off. Thank you, girls. All right, so there are some tips and tricks that you can do to help your cow let more of that hind milk down. They're not foolproof, and honestly, you want the calf to get some of that nice creamy milk. So again, it's just kind of choosing what is the right situation for you. Do you want to not calf share? Do you want to calf share? But there definitely is a few tricks that people do. One of the tricks is letting the calf in halfway, so you milk out all the foremilk. When you can't get any more milk, you let the calf in, let them suck for just a few minutes. That's going to release that second letdown, and then you're going to take the calf off, and then you're going to milk again and get that kind of hind milk. Now, the trouble with this is it works really well when your calf is little, but as your calf gets older, it gets to be a bit of a pain in the butt. Try and get a big calf off of a mama cow. It is not always easy. So that is one thing that people do sometimes. Another thing that people do sometimes is they will just like change the situation of what is going on with your cow to allow them to be more comfortable. So cows are very sensitive in that they really like routine. So if you are having more than one person milk, sometimes they will be holding back milk for, say they don't like the other person as much, or they don't like the routine as much, it's a little bit strange. They will be holding back milk for that person when they're milking. Other things, you know, like the way that you feed them, like like all sorts of just little routine things like that. You can fiddle around with things like that to see if they prefer one thing versus another. Another thing you can do is just kind of, once you can't get any more milk out, just kind of encourage them, like bunt their udder a little bit with your hand, just kind of mimicking that calf. Just trying to stimulate them to have that second letdown. Some cows, you know, they have more than two letdowns when you are milking them. Sometimes, like for example, when Annabelle comes in, she doesn't have, like, I could just be strip when she first comes in, but about 2 minutes into milking her, she has her letdown. I get out the foremilk and then I send her calf in. So cows will have more than one letdown in it, and I do believe that they are capable of sucking that milk back up. It's crazy. Maybe I think sucking it back up is a different visual, but I think that, you know, they are able of tightening their udder and not letting that milk come out. I think that's actually more of more of an accurate thing than sucking the milk back up. But yeah, anyway, so they are capable of doing that. Changing the routine, maybe bringing the calf in, not calf sharing at all, because that will definitely allow you to get all of that cream. And yeah, just being patient, trying to make them comfortable while you get that second letdown. Those are all things that are going to help you get a little bit more cream, but just knowing that at the end of the day, when you're calf sharing, you're not going to get as much cream, but you're going to grow a nice big healthy calf, and you're also going to have a little bit of a relief milker. So that's why I love calf sharing. You know, I don't have to take all the milk. I can grow a nice big healthy calf and also have milkers on them all day long, and have milk for my family in the morning. And I'm still making maybe not a lot of cheese, but I'm definitely making a lot of cheese when they first freshen. Now that the calves are a little bit older, making not as much cheese, but you know, I think I love the setup of calf sharing. It's really what works really good for our family, but it doesn't allow us to make much butter, and I buy most of my butter at the store. So that is kind of the trade-off. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you liked it. I post a new video every Monday, and I would love to have you guys back here next Monday. If you haven't already, press subscribe down below and check out that calf sharing link that I have posted down in the show notes as well. Thanks guys, bye.